First of all, let me thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity He's blessed me with to do something I love, with people I love, in a place I love, and so grateful for that. Yeah, thank you to our fans who showed up and showed out. They really gave us a boost, and congratulations to the Drake team. That's man, they're super connected. When you have this guy's been in the program 6 years, two guys been in the program 6 years, one guy has been in the program 5 years, another guy has been in the program 3 years, right? You just have layers of stuff you can do and build on, and so they were hard to guard, but so proud of our guys' effort, their fight, their togetherness, their buy-in, all the things that we've been stressing and pushing and fighting for. I mean, those guys came through and they gave a great effort that was good enough to get us to win. But we have to do a better job as a staff and help them in those situations there. And so I should have done a better job at the end of regulation, and I definitely should have done a better job at the end of overtime to set our defense and help our guys in those situations.
Other questions? Raise your hand.
Coach, can you talk about the flip that switched with 5 minutes left there in the first half from down 20, you claw back within 9. What allowed you guys to have success defensively and then to find those shots at the rim on offense?
Yeah, our guys just picked up their effort and got after it, and then we made some shots, and that gave us more energy, and then it got the crowd involved, and it just really flipped the game. The crowd, the energy, that really helped us.
Coach Coleman was in. Oh, sorry.
Coach Coleman was just in here just talking about how he said it's kind of hard to look at his phone and see things of what people wish upon him, but obviously had a really good game today. Just maybe not his performance specifically, but maybe his performance or just how the guys were resilient just to fight back all game, and maybe what Coleman did this game that just really maybe stood out to you.
Yeah, Coleman's effort and his leadership, the energy, the enthusiasm he played with was great. His buy-in on what we wanted to do, I was so proud of that, and it's a shame, that some of the comments that these guys get, right? Like, the narrative going into this game was that the Drake team, which is a wonderful group of young men, they're super loyal, and they went with their coach, and well, I mean, you look at the guys on our roster, right? Like, let's talk, like, all the ones that we brought in either had graduated from the university they were at, right? So they had an extra year that allowed them to do something, or their coach either got fired or left, right? So, I mean, you talk about, like, loyalty. Like, I got a great group of dudes there, and they're working really, really hard, and they're trying to put into just a few months what, some of the teams have multiple years to do, and, you see a lot of this, but for any fans, like the ones who are, or any people who are reaching out and saying negative things to these guys, man, shame on you. Shame on you. We watched this, on the way up, we watched the ESPN 30 for 30 broke, and I've seen it multiple times. But the thing that stood out to me this time was all of the athletes talked about the pressure that built when they got money, right? The first few times I watched it, it was about how they just wasted their money. But this time what really stuck out was the pressure that they face when they have money, because they feel like, well, I've got to try and deliver something now because I'm being paid. And these young guys, they're feeling that pressure, right? And for fans, so-called fans, to like add on top of that, that's a crime, and that's just terrible. And those aren't real K-State fans. Like, they definitely are not our people and with us and what we are about.
Coach, kind of on that, how hard is it to ignore that, especially maybe not just for you guys as a staff, but for those kids? I mean, on social media a lot. How hard is that, and what is kind of your message to them just to stay focused on the road ahead?
Yeah, we you know, it is hard. It's I'm 58-year-old man and I feel it, you know, and I tell the guys that I feel it, and it changed how I was coaching early in the year, you know, and I've been real transparent about that, you know, and I had to find that balance, you know, of that, because I'm called to love these dudes and help them mature. They're still young men, right? Like 18 to 23-year-olds that, you know, they have to learn how to grow and handle. And we the lack of leadership at the NCAA and some of the decisions that were made with people way above my pay grade has put us in a vacuum where we have no direction, and we've thrust all this upon these young kids, right? And then we tell them, now be adults, right? Like I heard Frank Pichella say the other day, when a kid from another school missed a shot, he said, they pay him way too much to miss that shot, right? I watch NBA games and they never say that about NBA players who make way more money than that, right? But Fran spoke what everybody's thinking, but it's the wrong thinking, right? It's wrong, you know. And so I'm man, all we're gonna do as a staff, we're gonna keep loving these dudes. We're gonna teach them how to you know, deal with the anxiety that comes upon it, and view it differently, and build their faith, you know, in something that's greater than just bouncing a basketball, and help them to handle this so that they can become the men, husbands, and fathers that they're capable of being.
Any other questions for Coach? Oh, go ahead, Kellis.
Changed up the starting lineup today. What went into that decision to give David a shot there?
Yeah, I need to get David on the floor. He's a tough situation to throw him into, right? But I thought he responded well. I played a couple other guys, and you know, David played 15 minutes, Taj played 3, Moe played 9. Those 27 minutes actually helped us because we went to overtime, you know, and so I got to find a way to rotate some guys through there. Their energy, right? They bring tremendous energy, and they've got great buy-in, and that was the reason why.
I know this one's still fresh, but Wichita State now coming up. What I know you know their coach well, but what have you seen from them? Or
Oh man, well-coached team. You know, they played some tough games. They just had a tough one at DePaul on the road, very similar to our game at St. John's. And you know, they get to come home and play in front of their crowd, and they're going to be fired up. And you know, we always say there's everybody has Christmas, but the difference between a Christmas and a Merry Christmas is a win. So that's what we're going to try and figure out, how to get a win so we can have a Merry Christmas.
at the end of the first half, you made some threes, but it seemed like in the second half, you made a concerted effort to get to the basket. Was that kind of the plan going in?
Yeah, I mean, we always
Yeah.
want to get a paint touch, you know, and I thought at the end of the first half, we did a better job of getting to the paint and then creating shots from there. And our guys' energy was just better, you know, when they see the ball go in the hole, they had better energy.
Coach, you mentioned in your opener, at the end of regulation, you needed to be better. What exactly do you mean by that? You talk about the timeout into the final play?
Yeah, the timeout into the final play, we should have done a better job of, you know, running something that gave us a better advantage. And that was my call, and it wasn't the right call.
Still only 11 games into the year, and there's still plenty of basketball left to be played, but do these next few games feel like maybe not must wins, but getting some wins would be huge heading into that latter part of the year?
You know, we're trying to win every game, you know, and you know, the great thing is we're playing a league that, you know, if you can win 10 games in our league, you know, it gives you a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. Before we can win 10, we got to win 1. So the only thing we're thinking about is how to get better so that we can win the game at Wichita State.
What do you guys need to do better to close out some of these games? And
I got to coach better at the end. Today was not on our guys. When you hold a team under 70 points, right, that means your team gave you an effort and they executed well enough to give you a chance to win, and that's where it falls on the coaching staff and me, on my shoulders, that I have to do a better job at the end to help them get the win and put them over the top.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
Happy holidays.